Oh, welcome back, everybody. It's midday. We're doing a midday stream. I know it's weird. I feel awkward doing it. I do. I feel really, really strange. Normally, it's getting onto darkness. Normally, I've eaten dinner before we get on stream. Normally, that's what's happened. But today, one day only, maybe some other days in the future, it's streaming time, baby. Streaming. I'm good with it. I think our music's a little bit loud, though. Let's turn down our music just a little tiny bit. There we go. Oh, we see, you want chill beats, but you want them to be just in the back. Just chill and in the back and not pounding into your brain head. So, what am I doing? Why am I on right now? That's an excellent question. I think the best answer for that question is I wanted to finish these models that we started last night. And I wanted to feel like I was doing something productive while we were doing it. So here we are. On the stream, making some content, hoping to pull some more viewers. See if we can get the word out. Sobriety and painting. God. It's like a clear-headed Bob Ross. Like all that fuzz around Bob Ross wasn't because he was constantly high. Actually, I have no idea if Bob Ross ever did anything like that. What's up, John? How are you? Thanks for lurking. Appreciate it. I figured you're probably busier at work or doing something wacky. Doing something wacky. That's what I'm going with. Worky lurky, super happy fun time. Hey James, what's up, man? How the heck are you? Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. I'm in the Discord. If anybody wants to hop in and say, hey, it's there, it's open, it's free to join. At no further cost to you, the consumer, my friends. Absolutely not. We're going to get to the painting here, though. Feeling good, feeling sober, feeling like a happy man. Like a happy man this morning. Got the kids off to school, got the dog to the dog park. He's a very happy boy. He's got his little avalanche bandana on. Gotta love that. And here's our mech. Here's our mecha. Hello, Archer. I love the Archer. I do. I love this mech. I love the way this mech looks. I think it's a classic looking mech. Where's our scubbling brush? I love that word, scubbling. Love the word scubbling. Do you like the word scubbling? I know I like the word scubbling. Our paint palette from last night is still made. That's what's great about oils. All of our stuff, all of our tools, all I had to do was pull out new paper towels. That's it. That's all I had to do. Pull out some new paper towels and away we go. Away we go on our painting, on our journey. All of this oil paint on this model is still active and wet. So we can really easily just start brushing in all of our smooth, creamy blends. I love a creamy blend. You love a creamy blend. We together love creamy blending, everybody. Creamy blending, it's just the best, you know what I mean? It's just the best. Like, I had a creamy blended oatmeal this morning. Did you have oatmeal this morning? If not, you should. It's delicious. Oatmeal is scrum-diddly yum-yum. Bye, dog. Bye, dog. What's my dog doing? I don't even know what my dog is doing right now. He's being a weird guy. Just off in the background, just chilling by himself. And we just find our lines. And just like that. Nice and subtle like. We're applying little bits of paint here and there. Nothing drastic. Nothing drastic at all, my friends. See that right there? It's a little mistake. You know what we're going to do with that little mistake? We're going to clean it up with our blending brush. Oh, shit. Watching from the ED. You're working today. I know you are, buddy. I know you are. Not hard to tell when you're working, bro. Not hard to tell when you are working, my friend. Because you're almost always working, aren't you? I feel like that's a truism. Trying to make them ducats. He's on his Sigma male grind set. Sigma male! He is Sigma Man. Do not impede him. He is Sigma Man. And we love Sigma Man. There we go. Just chill. Just sharpening up some of these lines. Just like that. It's funny, under the light, you're getting a lot of light saturation. Let me see. There we go. That's actually a little bit better for the camera. Just funny. Not as good for me seeing it, better for you seeing it though, which is kind of interesting. Normally I like having like just a ton of nice diffuse light all over everything. Oh yes. That's what that's what Daddy normally likes. It's a little red. We don't want red on our blue. We don't want pink on our blue. We want white and blue on our blue. We just want to mix just the subtlest amounts of white. Right there. There we go. And then we just blend that in. Nice and creamy. Like spreading butter on toast, my friends. Spreading butter on toast. That's what we're doing. That's what oil paints are. Just relaxed. Just chill. Just letting it happen. Just letting it happen. There we go. Do a little bit of lining right there. A little bit right there. Did the music just do the Pepe horn? I think it did, didn't it? Na 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 na. Silly. What's on the docket for y'all for today? Anything fun? Anything good? Anything exciting? I hope you guys are having exciting days. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy for the most part with the panel lining and the shading on this guy. For the most part. Not perfect. Nothing ever is. But I think we're at the point of diminishing returns on that guy. So next, what the hell is this? Not even a David Blowy, just straight into painty paint? Yeah, just straight into painty paint. I mean, I'll do a David Blowy if you want me to. It's a little early for it. You're gonna be like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, William. You should blowy. All right, buddy. I'll blowy for you. I wouldn't do this for anybody else, though. Nobody else gets a David Blowy treatment from me, all right? Because first, we got to go all the way up here. Got to find talking head. Got to find... There it is. First thing in the morning. All zeros. Just for you, buddy. All zeros. Because we are not at home to Mr. Be Drunk in the Morning. We're not at home to that guy, alright? I don't like that guy. Now I gotta switch back to the painting. Stream. There we go. You're welcome. Thanks, buddy. What you doing today, Bowley? What's a Bowley buddy doing? Hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you're chilling. Hope you're villainous. There is so much freaking... Like, this I knew this model was going to be a pain Just because there's so many freaking panels on him. Like, legitimately, 1.5 million panels on this guy. Every one of them needs some special loving treatment, some highlighting treatment. You need a highlighting treatment, my friend. Just woke up, still in the morning routine. Gotcha. So BM and oatmeal. That's what I want to hear from you. Big sloppy BM and a big bowl of oatmeal. Can't think of anything more important than those two things, Boulder. Wouldn't want to think about something else even if I tried. Even if I could. So we're just going to go around the model, find every top surface, and throw a little bit of white paint on it. And we'll come back in and blend all of it with our scubbler. Old Scubbly. It's funny, we actually got some red up there in that corner. Didn't mean to. But there it is. We got some red up there. Yeah, I don't like that. Some of these panels are going to give me shit. Some of these panels, not all the panels, but some of them definitely are going to be a little bit of a pain in the balls. A little pain in the balls. Got a couple viewers over on YouTube. A couple friends over there. Can't thank you enough for that. Appreciate that, everybody. That's what I appreciate about you. Just little bits of paint. Here and there. Let's see if we can scubble this in. Although our scubbling brush is getting it's getting a little frayed. We might need to switch out for another one. There we go. It's a little better. That'll work. Damn, that worked just fine. Just going around blending it in. You just fold it in, David. You just fold it in. Kind of chill. Don't have much to do today as far as like honeydews. We got our chores done early this morning. Happy to have done it. Happy to get the chores done. I like getting the chores done, you know? I just love that getting the highlights done on oil painted models is so easy. This is it. This is all I do. Just go around with the white, pick out the highlights, basically doing kind of a wet dry brush, and then coming in with the blending brush. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. more white. Still in the morning routine, he says. What is your morning routine these days, Bowler? Are you like me? Do you check the NASDAQ? I don't check the NASDAQ. I never check the NASDAQ. Fuck the NASDAQ. Actually, that's a stupid idea. Don't fuck the NASDAQ. Almost there with this guy. Almost there. We'll get there in just a minute. Still got to do our scubbling, as it were. Now we can switch to our scubbling brush. Mostly checking emails and wishing I was back in bed. I get it. I thought that this morning, man. I did. I was like, fuck, it'd be nice to just sleep in. But we're not to be, my bully buddy. We're not to be. How's the weather out there today? Is it good enough to go disking? To go make disc golfs? Wouldn't it be great if it was? I know what you want, Bowler. You want to go disking. And if not, why not? Why wouldn't you want to disc golf? Sounds like a wonderful time to spend an afternoon. There we go. Just blending it in. Just ever so gently. There we go. You kind of want soft lines in your transitions, I think. I think that's what you want. I think that's what I want. That's what I like to see, is kind of a softer line in the transitions. Ajax, sup bro, you're on early. You seen Evil's new Chaos Lehman Russ? Looks sick. No, I haven't seen him. No, I haven't. I'll have to go check a look. Hey, fuck. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. Let's go pimp our friend's shit. Let's go pimp our friend's shit. We can absolutely go take a look at that. Let's go. Oh, you're gonna see. Yep, there it is. There it is. There's my messy damn desktop. Enjoy the messy desktop. Don't switch into Soul Snipers. Let's go down to not Arma. Warhammer 40k nerds. Ooh, Stellar Wellers did a good job on the guard head. Look at that. Lower guard did nothing. Oh, yep, that's my word bearers. That's me! Hey, that's my stuff. I mean, this is old stuff. This is like, yeah. Most recent trader guard. Oh. Hold the phone. That looks awesome. Holy shit. It's like Trader Guard Ogren. Very nice. You know he did most of that on his with his 3D printer. I know he's doing most things on his 3D printer, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Don't know where he posted it. Give me a sec. I'll find the link. Yeah, it's not on Souls. Yeah, he put it there too. Oh, I'm not surprised. By the way, this stuff in the background, a little squirt bottle back here. I love that stuff for putting together metal miniatures. Music is perfect. What I needed. Oh, that's awesome, man. Good. So this playlist is just DMCA Free Songs 2023, DMCA Safe Beats. That's it. I was just looking for something that had no kind of like copyright or anything like that on it. Just so I could have something in the background while I was doing something like this, or while we're doing like open chat, like that kind of thing. So yeah, that's very cool, man. That's very cool. I still have the other. So this is this Chaos Sorcerer is an individual model. These two guys come from the Kill Team Legionary set. These two guys in the back. I still have the other 8 of those Zenithal primed and ready to go. I just need to get paint on them. But I've been really enjoying putting together these well, not even putting together, just putting paint on these Battletech mecha. They're just such a different feel to them. Less detail in some ways. Like this is basically 4 colors. This is 4 colors. Those are blends and like it's like 5 or 6 different techniques that I used for all those. This is like 2 techniques, like acrylics, oils, boom, slapped on, done. And not GW related, which is a bonus. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a point of diminishing returns with GW stuff. Like I could paint GW stuff on stream. Not gonna get me anywhere. Battletech is an up and coming game again, though, which is kind of cool. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe, just maybe, we can capitalize on a little bit of that popularity and see if we can get, you know, some fresh eyes in here. Not that I don't love all of my old eyes. I love my old eyes. All of you with old eyes, I love your old eyes. But I do like attracting new friends. I do like having some new friends. It's always good to get more people in here. You know, this is the kind of thing, like, I think it would be awesome to be able to do this during the day. My wife gets home and she's like, what did you do today? Well, I painted in front of 10,000 people. And she's like, oh, that's amazing. I'm so happy. Actually, she thinks it's amazing that I paint in front of, you know, 7 people. Or 5 people, or 3 people, or however many people I paint in front of. But it would be kind of cool to say to her, hey, I'm helping to take care of our financial needs by painting these goofy ass models. And she'd be like, buy more models. And I'd be like, okay, I'll do it. Like, how cool would that be? I think it'd be fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Chill lo-fi beats, baby. That's what you need. Chill lo-fi beats. And then in just a couple spots, we just refresh the blue. A couple of spots, not a lot. Just important to make sure that our blue, and I love this blue because it's so incredibly violent. I know a little bit about Battletech, but not a whole lot. The lore is amazing. The lore is massive. So this game was built in 1983. This game has been around for so effing long. There's no fantasy elements to it. It's pure science fiction. It's just human on human. No aliens, no demons, no psychics, no nothing like that. No, none of that stuff. So all of the, it's, you know what it is? It's Game of Thrones without the magic in outer space. It's disparate feudal elements all vying for control of the galaxy. It's the clans coming from outside of the inner sphere, the system of colonized planets. It's the clans coming in from outside with superior tech that has been lost. It's the fact that you'll have these gigantic freaking mecha, these big gigantic freaking mecha, walking around on planets that have the same technological advancement as the late 19th century, like, or 19th century. So you'll have like, oh yeah, we've got to hitch the cows to the wagon to make sure that we get all of our crops pulled up this year before the harvest season's over. We got to do that. And then meanwhile, one of these is just like, pew pew pew. Like, it's a great setting. It's such a good setting. I've been falling in love with it, and to be perfectly honest, I've only recently gotten into it. Like, it hasn't been something that I know very much about, but like, the Battletech game is an amazing game. MechWarrior is fun, although it has its flaws, and those are mostly to do with the fact that the storytelling mechanism isn't great. They don't do a great job of telling a story, but like the Battletech video game is really, really good, and that's a good place to start, I think. Fuck am I listening to? That was weird. That was like a weird intro to a song. I don't know if I liked it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I just spent all my video game budget for the next 2 months on Jedi Survivor. Very cool, bro. Very cool. That's just the pre-order, right? Because wait, does it come out today? It came out today, didn't it? Yeah, that's another game that I should probably be like playing on stream, just to make sure that I like cover it. I don't know. I like painting. I'm gonna paint for a little while longer, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just paint. Just keep painting. Just keep doing my thing. You know what I mean? Just doing my thing. Just keep on painting. Nobody believes him when he says he's all right. I don't know if that's true. I think he's all right. But I think he's all right in kind of a dismiss, like, fuck, you're all right, bro. Quit being a baby. Because I'm a man. I'm not a little baby. I don't know if you've seen Ted Lasso, but I love Roy Kent. Fuck! Like, he's got one of the greatest fucks in all of popular media, I think. Fucking hell. God, I love when British people swear. It's so good, dude. Let's see, tonight, gotcha. 129 gig installed. That is insane. That's too big. What the fuck is on that game? Should have a game where you play young Yoda. That'd be alright. Not Grogu. Fuck that little Muppet. But young Yoda. Puberty I'm going through. What? That'd be funny. That'd be funny. You know it'd be funny. Sorry, I was out of frame there for a second, wasn't I? My bad. Didn't mean to be out of frame. And we just... I love the word scubbling. We keep talking about the word scubbling. It's one of my favorite words. God, I love that word. It's such a good word. It's such a goofy fucking word, you know? And we just scubble this away. It's going to be great. You know Yoda talks the way he does to honor his old master. He can speak normally. Normally he could, but not he will. I didn't know that, actually. I just thought he was autistic. I was like, dude, autism happens on other planets. This is awesome. Autism represent. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was just, you know, Yoda was autistic. And no judge, right? You know, if you got to be autistic, you know, put your thing down. I think. Autism in space. What? That's funny. I think it's funny. The idea of autism in space is funny to me. Oh, fuck yeah. Yes. This is how it happens. This is where babies are made right here. We got baby making music on. We got baby making painting. Like, my wife would come down here and I'd be like, girl, I'm so horny for you right now. I'm gonna put a baby inside of you. I can't even do it because I'm already fixed. I had the male urological procedure done. And I'm gonna put a baby in you, girl. What you know about having babies? Actually, she knows quite a bit. She's had two. She's had a couple babies. Some chill friggin' tunes. Some chill painting. To me, it doesn't get too much better than this, my friends. Not too much better at all. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with this guy. So far, we might come back and revisit him. Maybe at a later date. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do just a little bit of... just right there.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain.
This is your brain on drugs.
This is your brain on drugs.
I mean, it's a little true. That was my brain on a drug. It's just that nobody seems to classify alcohol as a drug. And it should be, right? There we go. Yeah, I think we're happy with that. Will, hope is all is well. Seen the back-to-back streams. Want to check in. This is what Lily was made to. I'm getting that done in a year as well. Gotcha. Yeah. Alcohol is one of the worst drugs in my opinion. Oh, totally, dude. I am 100% there with you. Yeah, I think it's an awful drug. Still, I wouldn't want to make it illegal. Like, we had the conversation a while ago about, you know, would you make it illegal if you could? And I was like, no, I wouldn't. I'm not interested in doing that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do it. Getting that done in a year as well. Yeah. The old male urological procedure. That was an uncomfortable weekend for me. I suggest bags of frozen peas and boxer briefs. If you wear boxers or briefs, ditch both. Boxer briefs. All right, you want those for the weekend. No, they tried that. The mob took over. No reason it wouldn't happen again, like any other drug. Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, it's a small percentage of the population that has like adverse effects from alcohol, right? So we don't we should not legislate away freedoms for the small percentage of people that are going to do self-harm. We have to allow adults to be adults, right? Like, at least I think. I don't know. We had a little bit of a conversation last night about the nature of tobacco products and how in New Zealand they're now phasing out allowing people that are under the age of 18 to be able to purchase when they do turn 18, which is, I think that's I don't like that. I think that's a bad move. But I'm also not a huge fan of allowing government more control over everyday life stuff like that. For the most part, just because, you know, governments wield power like a hammer, when oftentimes what you need is a scalpel or societal changes instead of legal changes, I think. But that could just be me. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. And you know what? It's okay. I'm fine with being wrong. I'm fine with it. So we just go around, get all this stuff just covered in our sweet, sweet, oily goodness. Sweet, oily goodness, everybody. We go around with it. Panel lining is a dream with oils, I think. Although this isn't panel lining, this is edge highlighting. Sorry, I should have said that. Edge highlighting. I just wanted to get this guy done today. Let's see. I don't know, man. Come to UK on a Friday, Saturday night. It's more than a few. Yeah, and you know, I recognize that that there are issues. Like, I mean, I live in the United States. I think that in the States, we take everything to extremes. We take gun ownership to extremes. We take activism to extremes. We take drinking and partying to extremes, oftentimes to the detriment of greater society, on all of the above, I think. And you can disagree with that. That's okay. I'll forgive you if you disagree with me, just this once. Just chill beats, baby. Just chill beats. Sounds like I'm sounds like I'm in a game where somebody's like like a game where I'm playing a frog right now. That's what the music sounds like to me. Bloop. 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 Right there. Bloop. Potential spam. Goodbye, potential spam. You guys heard that. I had a few friends from the USA when they came over, shocked by how much of a drinking culture exists here. It's not uncommon to see full pubs and bars on a weekday night. Yeah. I wonder why that is. I wonder what it is about British culture that sort of makes that feeling of having to be at the pub so ubiquitous. And don't get me wrong, I understand the draw of a pub night. I loved, like, one of my closest friends in my late 20s, early 30s was a guy from Leeds. Super nice guy, got along with him incredibly well. Probably was an alcoholic, probably still is, although I'd say it's undiagnosed. But yeah, I'd say that he would have classified British culture as being very, 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 very sauce heavy, very drink heavy. I think he would have, I think he would have agreed with that. Here, it feels like people tend to not be able to see themselves having a good time with alcohol at all. Like, you go to a baby shower and it's like, oh, let's have booze. Like, what? It's a baby shower. What the fuck are we having? Like, what is it with the mimosas? Like, quit trying to, like, justify your need to have a drink. It's weird and a little off-putting. Like, it just is. It feels that way. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. It happens. Scubbling all of this paint in. Scubbling. Love that word. As a non-drinker, I have no clue. Can understand maybe a bottle of bubbly at a celebration like that, but no need for large amounts. Yeah, I mean, preaching to the choir, bruv. Preaching to the choir. It's like celebrate everything with booze. Enjoy all of your life with booze. Can't get away from some kind of mind alteration via chemical. And it's like, why not? Why can't you get away with it? Why can't you enjoy things sober that you feel you have to enjoy it with alcohol? Well, it just makes things more fun. Yes, I get it. It can make things more fun. Being drunk, for me, sometimes was fun. But honestly, for the most part, every single time I was drunk, it came at a pretty heavy cost. Now, that isn't a cost everybody has to pay, but it was one that I paid regularly. And it wasn't a good look for me, you know? Just wasn't a good look for your old boy William. You guys can't see what I'm painting. like trying to give you guys enough detail so that you can see what's going on, and then trying to keep it all in view of the camera. Kind of difficult. A little difficult. Not a lot. Not a lot. I'm not complaining. It's okay. We're figuring it out. Figuring it out. That's why I say just fucking figure it out. Because we just want to kind of hit all those raised edges. And get some paint all over our model. Get this done. Get these models finished so that I can feel good about going to the local gaming night, slapping down my stompy robots, and then getting my ass completely kicked. If I'm gonna get my ass kicked playing a new game, which I am, that's how it happens, I at least want my shit to look good. Because then they're like, oh man, you lost the game, but your shit looked good. And I'm like, thank you, thank you. I will take the painting prize home with me. And I will appreciate that you appreciated my skills at a painting. To be honest though, oils are kind of cheaty. They're a little bit cheating. Not a lot, but a little. Got a little fur, I got a little fuzz. That's the problem with having like 50 animals. Sometimes you get fuzz on your paintbrush. Messes up your shit. Messes up your shit, guys. So if anybody has questions about technique, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it, feel free to ask. Happy to explain anything that we're doing here. Working in oils it's a beautiful medium to work in. James Wappel, Marco Frassoni, Vince Venturella, all of which use oils at some stage of their painting. Although I think that Vince still uses a whole lot of, I think he's still primarily an acrylics guy. Acrylics have their place though, like, definitely not saying that they don't. I just think that for blending and for certain applications, oils are just so good. They're so good, you guys. One of the problems that I get is I'll start like going around a model, forgot where I painted, or the blend is so like, it's so like seamless that I'll like re-blend that area. So that's always kind of funny. Because like all this could use. Sorry, I did do a little bit of blending on all these panels. So just a little bit more is a good thing. See, when you painting, do you decide which side the lighting should fall on the model for highlights and shadows before starting, or do you just do whatever you think as you're going? I try to set that in my priming phase. So, here, I'll show you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab another model. I wanted to get some water anyways. So that actually kind of a good idea. All right. Hold on just a sec. Let's put the readers back on. All right, so this should be a familiar sight. This is a Chaos Space Marine. Standard Chaos Space Marine primed in white, right? It's primed in white. Front, back, looks pretty uniform, right? All right, we're gonna show it from the top. So very white from the top. I'm gonna bring our light in. So very white from the top, yes? Very, very, very white. So, one of the things that I do is called zenithal priming. It's the very first stage of what I do after the model has been assembled. So the assembly process goes, clip everything from the sprue, take off all of the mold lines, and then do the sub-assemblies into the primary assemblies. And I use plastic cement, which fuses the plastic instead of cyanoacrylate, which is good for pewter models, but not as good for plastic models. Cyanoacrylate eventually becomes brittle and will break down, and if you drop a model, it'll shatter into 1,000 pieces. With cement, with plastic cement, it actually fuses the plastic. It melts each side of the plastic and then fuses them together. So this is now one solid piece of plastic, not many individual pieces of plastic. So we have white from the top, but if we look at the bottom, it's all shadowed and shaded. And this is done by doing an all-over coat of black and then a zenithal from the top, from its zenith, from where the sun is beating directly down on it, coat of white. And I use a white ink because the white ink has an incredibly high opacity, and that opacity and thinness of the ink allows me to have one incredibly smooth coat of white over the coat of black that I don't have to come back with and go coat over coat over coat like you would with normal acrylic whites. So that is how I determine where my shadows are. Now, for the most part, I just kind of do... oh man, I got oil paint all over my... all over my headset cord. Oops, that was a mistake. Whoopsies! Whoopsie poopsies, everybody's. So we'll just clean that right up. You know what? That's what I love about oils. They last forever. They clean up real easy. So there we go. So nice. She'll have to give it a try next time I get the bug to build. So you can do that with regular old rattle cans too. So if you have black primer and you have white primer, you can do that. It's just do a black primer everywhere, underneath, on top, left, right, back, front, everywhere. And then pick a direction that you want the light to be coming from and just spray in that one direction and then see where the paint on your model is. I'm less interested in having shadows be super pronounced. Like with these guys, like it's still pretty dark from the bottom. It's a lot lighter from the top. So I'm going to make bigger transitionary blends on the tops of surfaces. Like you'll see here that, you know, this shoulder pad here is lighter behind and at the top than it is down here in this this lower right hand corner, right? Same thing over here. We've got a light to a darker gradient. So I'm just basically following natural pattern of light. That's all I'm doing with that. You can do more complex things with your shading than I'm doing. I just want this stuff to look halfway decent on the from 3 feet away. I want my mechs to look good. That's what I want. If you're gonna get like right up in close, you're gonna see a whole bunch of flaws. I mean, the fact that from here, like my focus isn't great, unfortunately, because this camera isn't super awesome. But like from here, I think this looks pretty good. I don't think that this looks bad at all. I like the way the Hunchback looks. I'm pretty pleased with him. There are some things that I could do to make him look a little bit better, but at some point, I'm quibbling over the last 5% of cosmetic changes to a model that for me, really aren't that important. And for most people aren't that important. What I have noticed, though, is oftentimes I'll spend hours and hours and hours on a model, like one single model, and it will look like a pretty good tabletop standard model. I could spend 4 times as much and get it to like a competition level, or I can spend about an hour and a half per model, get them on the tabletop looking good and having them be like, you know, good, uniform, durable paint, or I can do nothing and have them be a sea of gray. Usually what happens is I want it to look like it's competition ready, and because I do that, I will burn out on one model and then not paint the rest of the line, and then suddenly I'm like, oh fuck, well now I've got this one really good, you know, really well painted model, and all these other fucking models are just gray, and nobody's interested in that. I had a friend of mine who taught me the value of just getting it done, even if it doesn't look perfect. He painted entire armies to a uniform, shitty standard. It was like a lot of mistakes, a lot of blotchiness, didn't really do much in the way of shading, just solid colors, a lot of painting outside the lines, right? Because it was all painted and all looked uniform, it always universally looked better than the one good-looking model that I had that was amongst a sea of primed or gray models. Just, it always did. Like, there's just no two ways about it. So, that's kind of my philosophy on painting. I just want to get these guys looking, you know, 80%, and then nobody else cares. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Like, seriously. I can relate to both sides entirely. Yeah. If you got an army like Nids or Guards, you kind of have to do that, or you'd never get an army to play with. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, people doing heavy metal. Heavy metal is the paint style of Games Workshop's paint department. If you did a heavy metal style, like unbelievably smooth acrylic glaze transitions, which take hours and hours and hours per model, you would need to be doing it for a living, because it takes up so much time. Like, it would just take so much friggin' time. And I just, like, it's not that I don't love my hobby. I love my hobby. I just, like, I've got pulls on my time, man. I got so much stuff that I got going on. Like, I got kids I got to take care of. I got a wife that I want to spend time with and take care of. Like, there's just only so many hours in the day, you know what I mean? So I am happy with what I'm doing with my models at current, which is, you know, admittedly, still, it's not like it's bad looking, you know? None of my painted models look bad. They might not look amazing, but they don't look bad. They never look bad. And I've gotten nice compliments out of people about them. Like, not that I need the compliments, but it's always nice to have your work be appreciated. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying to you right now? Chill beats. I love chill beats, man. Just chill beats. Painting. Living my life. One Bob Ross moment at a time. It's a good thing. It's a fucking good thing. Maybe, let's see. Looks fuck ton better than anything I've done. Well, yeah, but I've been doing this since I was 18 fucking years old. Your sexy guns. Do you like look at my sexy gun? Look at it. Look at it. I mean, we could do this one, but right now I'm wearing this like long sleeve thing because I took the dog out. My super cute dog. Do you like my dog, Chris? Do you like him? He's a good dog. Will, can you talk more about the plumbing repair you made the other day? I got a leaky toilet and already replaced the fill line. I just replaced the entire toilet, dude. my real guns. The real guns. I'm wearing a long sleeve hoodie right now, dude. I can't show you the guns. I mean, I have some like airsoft guns on the other side of this wall because I used to like do that as a geeky hobby. That was always fun. Yeah, I replaced the entire toilet, and that was a much easier replace than I thought it would be. Like super easy. Do you have like rusted out parts or something? Because I think you can buy repair kits. A toilet is not a specifically difficult device to repair, because all you're doing is basically swapping out parts. Like the float and flush system. That you can buy that as a set, depending on what your, like, if your toilet is still being supported by whatever company it is. Yeah, looking forward to not buying toilet paper again. Oh shit, gotcha. Did you replace it with a Japanese style toilet? No, just a standard Western toilet. So my wife would love to get a bidet, but I know that I have a 9-year-old and a 14-year-old. They would be trying to like play water fights with that shit. Like that's not happening. Yeah, agreed. It's not terrible, but still a pain. Honestly, the biggest frustration that I had with it was I put one of the O-rings on the wrong thing, and I ended up like having like an immediate leak, but it was something that I was able to fix within 5 minutes. Like it wasn't that big a deal. Yeah, no, my kids would be running around going, I'm gonna bidet you, I'm gonna bidet you. It's like, no, don't bidet anybody. Don't do that. Nobody needs fucking pink eye. All right, nobody needs that shit. I don't want that shit in my house. Get out of here with that shit. Let's get you back in focus. This model is called a Phoenix Hawk from Battletech. And it's a straight fucking ripoff from like Macross, right? Like Robotech. Like if you guys aren't Robotech fans, I don't know how. Friendship's over. Sorry, that's it. Go watch some goddamn original anime, all right? You uncultured bastards. You sexy uncultured fucks. Sexy fucks. I love you all, you sexy fucks. See, look at that. Just blending it right in. We get this gradation of bright to darker that makes everything look like it's metallic. And I love that. That's what oils are for. This is what oils are for, everybody. Straight up baby making. This is how I made my children. My wife was like, "You want to make babies?" And I was like, "Hold on, let me get the oil paints." Then I'm gonna teach you where the wild goose goes. Baby, I'm gonna butter your bread. I want to! The only animal that I really got into was Afro Samurai. Robotech, I liked it because my dad got us these books on tape, and it was my first mech series, man. So sue me. Dude, Robotech, like, I didn't have the books on tape. I had the actual books. We listened to the same exact, or we listened/read the exact same thing. Chris, it's a suck that you live in New York and not next door, because I think we would be best of friends. Best of friends. Don't lie. You're a little intrigued. You're like, you know what? Colorado is nice this time of year. Yep. For the next 2 weeks, Colorado is pretty nice. And we're just filling in spaces that need a little bit of highlighting. Like down here. And right there. Oh. That's a great thing. There are no mistakes when you're working in oils, because you can just fucking blend it all in. It's so good. Like, your miniature becomes your palette. Oh, that was a little bit much. See, a little bit much, but we just blend it away. We make it look like it was on purpose, guys. That's what you do. It's pretty good, man. I got a coworker who's obsessed with Gundam. Gundam's an interesting series, man. That's an interesting series. Like, I remember reading the Gundam books when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, they were fun, man. I mean, the anime was a little I don't know why it was less approachable to me. It's also not fair because, like, Gundam, I don't think had... When I was a kid, Gundam didn't have a tabletop role-playing game associated with it that I remember. But my friends and I used to play Robotech in high school. You could play it as... it was developed by a company called Palladium Games, which is famous for a game called Rifts, which is just a mismatch of, like... Or mishmash. Mishmash? It's a mashup. It's a weird fucking property. But it was a lot of it's a lot of different genres. So Palladium Games made Rifts. Rifts is a post-apocalyptic Earth that has like magic and high technology and Old West and vampire. It's like it took every single genre that you could imagine and just threw it into one space. And then on top of it had this just unbelievably shitty and complex system of for the role-playing game system. God, it was terrible. Like the system itself was terrible. You would spend like 4.5-5 hours just writing up a character because like so many books, like, oh god, it was just such a garbage fucking game. But we had a lot of fun playing it together. We liked playing it together. We did that instead of playing like D&D. We did that instead of playing a lot of D&D. Although we did play D&D a little bit. Not nearly as much. The game that I played the most of, I don't know if you guys ever played role-playing games. The games that we played the most, or that I played the most, especially in high school, were like the Vampire, the Masquerade, Werewolf, the Apocalypse games. Those were actually like, I really loved those games when I was a teenager. When I was a young warthog. You heard me. When I was a young warthog. When he was a young warthog. I could clear the savannah after every meal. Still could. Alright, my kids. I was like, Dad, did you fart? Stop it! It's chemical weaponry. It's against the Geneva Conventions. And I'm like, shut up. I'm gonna fart again. It's gonna be great. You bastard. It's an old Billy Crystal joke. I don't know if you guys are old enough for Billy Crystal. Maybe Chris. Maybe Chris is old enough for Billy Crystal. The rest of you are so young. So young and impressionable. Don't lie. You are. I know it. You know it. We know it. Was curious about Gunplus stuff, aka building the models. Are you interested in the new Vampire the Masquerade coming out whenever it actually does? Is that Redfall? Is that what that's supposed to be? I'm interested. If it's not Redfall, then I'm thinking of something else. I know that there's been a couple of attempts at creating Vampire the Masquerade. Nope, separate game. Oh, is it Bloodlines 2? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. So VTM Bloodlines, that was interesting. I played that way back in the day, like the very first iteration of that. I played that and I enjoyed it. I thought it was the only game that I'd seen that got sort of the clan and the disciplines. The disciplines are like their special powers. That was the closest thing that I'd ever seen to getting that right, which I thought was kind of interesting. That's a hard game to put into a role play or into any kind of a gaming system. Translating an RPG into a non RTS style CRPG game is very difficult, I think. Anytime you try to make something on the fly, the rules for like all the special powers and shit in these games, they're all, you know, I'd say like 70% of them are all about influencing and doing roleplay stuff. So you have to program in all of these special modifiers to like all the dialogue trees based on it. Like if you have a character that had the discipline of let me think what it was called presence. So presence was like the magical charisma or fear generating ability that a vampire could have. Programming that into every single aspect of a game, that's a lot. That's huge. That's so difficult. Like the physical stuff, that's easy to do. Protean, you change into a wolf or a bat, or you can like bury yourself underground, or you can grow claw. Like that's easy. That's all just game mechanic stuff. Fortitude and potence, those were just stamina and extra strength. Celerity was just, you know, moving super fast and taking extra actions. But things like presence or dominance or domination, I think was what it was called, like those kinds of powers, those are a lot more difficult to try to plot out in these games, I think. So kudos to anybody that can, you know. Oh, little locust, you're not going to take too long to make look pretty, are you? No. I'm not going to regret choosing you to paint early on at all. I love the way the locust looks. This is such a cute little fucking mech. So easy to paint. I like that I've repurposed. So these holders that I've got for these models, each one of these holders is it's a shot glass. These are shot glasses from the oh man, I'm trying to remember. Travis, that was amazing. Twitch redeem, yeah, that was a good one. Earlier, I can't even remember the name of the bourbon. It was a bourbon, and now I can't remember the name of it. Fuck, Tin Cup. That was what it was called. It was called Tin Cup. I was like, wait a minute. The name of the bourbon was the name of the thing I'm holding. Who knew? Who fucking knew? Did you fucking knew? Because I didn't fucking knew. Digging the music today. Digging the music. It's working for me. I hope it's working for you too. I sincerely hope the music is working for you too. Like seriously, this is taking next to no time whatsoever. This guy's so like little and dainty. And I love it. We're gonna have to do our viewy screens here in a little bit, but other than that, this ain't taking too long at all. Not too long at all. I don't know, Chris. I'm excited for a million games, man. Like, I'm excited for Rogue Trader. What else? There's just so much out there. There's so many opportunities for distracting myself from stuff that would actually be, like, worthwhile to get done. I mean, if we're being honest, that's kind of what video games have become. Like, for those of us that make content, at least we can justify that we're, you know, trying to make a living making the content, right? Trying to turn a passion into productivity. What are you guys up to today? Chris, what are you up to today? You just chilling at home? Got the kiddo? Got the children's? Got a couple Chris's in here today. Got Fresh. Who ended up winning that hockey in fucking Seattle? My boys done dropped the ball. Feels like it's going to be an early exit for the Colorado Avalanche from this year's playoffs, which just fucking kills me because I mean we did so well last year. What with the winning of the Stanley Cup. You always want to see a repeat of a championship, but it's a tall order, you know? It's a tall order, my friends. I don't think that's something that comes easy to anybody. Oh shit, not in view. Sorry about that. The only issue with this model is that each one of the lines, each one of the panel lines is so slight and small that making sure that I get them all is difficult. They're just so tiny, you guys. So teensy, teensy, tiny. There we go. Rokubunji G, the Catalyst Game Minis have nicely distinct areas. The old box set plastics were hard to make out. What was what sometimes? Yeah, I think that these minis are absolutely glorious. Like, I have a king crab upstairs that I did the test scheme for, and I've been really happy with getting these guys painted to the standard that I have them painted to. So hey, what's up, Rokubunji G? How are you this evening? Hunchy, yeah, I love my Hunchback, dude. I love this mech. This is my first mech in MechWarrior Online. It's one of my favorite mechs in MechWarrior 5. I'm a relatively new enthusiast to the world of Battletech, although I'm falling in love with the lore, the grand machinations of the incredible backstory, the fact that you can choose an era to play in, and your mechs, like the fact that like time has frozen on technology, but it's frozen on technology in this like far future place. The fact that Comstar are just, oh god, there's so much to love about this setting. Just absolutely so much to freaking love about this setting. And painting these models has been an absolute dream. I love, it's like, this has sort of been my bread and butter, this kind of, not necessarily Games Workshop, but definitely the sort of more, kind of, I hesitate to say organic shapes, but the less angular, the less machine-like shapes of other game systems. That's kind of where I kind of like cut my teeth in painting. I mean, I literally cut my teeth in painting on Space Marines back in the 1990s. That's how ancient technology I am. So having a game that is having a Renaissance period that was originally created in the 1980s when I was born, like this game was made, and then I eventually got to the United States at the age of 7 in 1987 from Germany. Like that's the timeline here, right? So having a lot of fun painting these, using oil paints instead of classic acrylics. Although the acrylics, so this is actually, sorry, that's not 100% true. I'm painting oils over acrylics. And the reason I'm doing oils over acrylics is oils have blending properties that acrylics have a hard time matching. I have so much time with the oils because they dry so incredibly slowly. Like, I painted all of the basic oil stuff on this stuff last night, and today all of the paint still active. My palette from last night is over here to my right hand side. It's all the same paints that I used last night. None of them are dry. Everything is still good and viscous. So I'm able to get good quality blends on all the areas that I want. Like right there, I just made a mistake. We're gonna blend that away here in just a second. It's gonna be fucking beautiful after I do. Like, there is no panicking when you're playing with oils. It's not like playing with fire where you can panic, and that's sometimes appropriate. Nope, not today, my friends. Today we paint with oils and we make things look smooth and creamy and beautiful. Like, look at that. Look at that. Just blend away any mistakes that you make. And suddenly, boom, we have a solid transition of light to dark, and all we did was add a little bit of white paint to it. That's it. That's it. Super, super freaking smooth. I love it. Like, so this line right here, kind of a sharper line, right? We blend that just a little bit, fuzzes it up, makes that look more like a naturally metallic shadow. And we're going to do that all over our model. Any places that we're not happy with it, we just come back in with a little bit of blue. This softens all of our edge highlighting, and that's what we want. That's what we want. We want soft transitions in our edge highlighting. And we're gonna get it too, buddy. Yeah. I'm gonna grunt like I'm trying to make a baby. Got the hunchback, got the lotus, got the phoenix hawk, got the archer. I love this model. This model's so freaking beautiful. Just stomping around. 2 LRM 20s, 2 LRM 5s. Putting out mass casualties and lots of juicy destructions. See, look at that. Nice, bright highlights wherever we want to put them. No muss, no fuss, just Bob Ross style. Just Bob Ross style. Yeah, see that okay? Yes, you can. Good. Yeah. Then in about a week, I'll come back and I will probably do some freehand with acrylics. I like doing freehand and acrylics. Freehands with like, if we take a look at the picture above us of the Warhammer, that's in House Davian colors. These are in House. This is House Davian. I don't know why I started with House Davian. It was just I've been painting a lot of green and a lot of red lately, and I didn't want to do a camo pattern, like a green camo pattern. I might do a tan brown camo pattern coming up, like kind of desert colors. That might be fun to do. But I really wanted to like do a blue. I hadn't done a blue in some time, and I was just feeling it, you know, just feeling blue, feeling blue, feeling blue. Feeling blue. All up in ya. Feeling blue all up in ya. We're just going to put some highlights on a couple spots here. Make sure that our upturned surfaces are all nice and bright. looks all right. I think that looks all right. I'm really happy with that. I'm really freaking happy with that so far. Oh, a little water break. Rokubunji, what? How long have you been interested in Battletech? What have you been up with that? Are you playing right now? Do you play the tabletop? Do you play some kind of electronic version of it? Do you paint? What do you like to do? Are you a generalist painter? Are you primarily interested in Battletech? Do you have other games that you enjoy playing? Like, I got 1.5 million games. Like, I am exactly the type of ADHD style gaming nerd that has 1.5 million freaking things that I love to enjoy. So many things that I love to enjoy. No, but seriously, it's like a lot. Like a lot. By the way, we have a Discord. I don't know if you're interested. It's because it's so sobriety related, it doesn't get a ton of traffic. But if you're ever interested, if you ever need help with anything sobriety related, my name's Will. I'm an alcoholic. This is my way of doing recovery. Is doing the streams, that kind of thing. If you're ever interested in chatting alcoholism or addiction, I mean, it's in the name, right? Save versus poison. It's the one good thing I've done in my life, other than having kids. So yeah, let me post the Discord real quick. Also, go check out Chris at the 1H1D podcast. He is a super awesome guy, and we love him to death. Shout out 1H1D. There we go. There's the link to his Twitch. Chris from 1H1D, his podcast is 1 hour, 1 decision. He plays games on the Xbox Live service, and once a week puts out a podcast around it, which is pretty fucking novel, if you ask me. If you were to ask me, mostly the miniatures games, painting mainly House and Karita. My main company is Amphigean Light Assault, but I've played most of the older computer titles up to MechWarrior 4. Very cool, very cool. So, let me see. Karita is the Japanese-inspired, xenophobic samurai in space household, and House Liao is sort of Chinese communist. Am I getting that right? I'm still working on getting into the finer parts of the lore. The Text Talks, the Black Pants Legion guys, those guys have been great. Although I love their in-depth on the mech themselves, on the individual mechs. I love that like a ton. And I listened to primarily those ones. I haven't listened to quite as much of the history and the lore. Although I'm working on it. I've tried reading some of the novelizations. Those are rough. Those are a little rough sometimes. Like they make some of the like Games Workshop books seem like they're fucking Moby Dick from time to time. Chris, you know I love you, baby. We were supposed to do a thing once upon a time. We had this great idea. Well, he had a great idea. I was just a voice actor for it. Let's see if we can put a little bit more definition on the top of this hunchy. On my hunchy! Oh shit, you guys can't see shit, can you? Sorry about that. Still trying to work out all the friggin' angles on painting. Hey Talos, what's up, buddy? How are you? That we were, I'll get on it. I made an attempt at voice acting for this other podcast. You did? Submitted some things? Very cool, man. You have a great voice. You should be putting it out there. You should be. Just a calm, chill dad voice. It's like the kind of voice that when it tells you to do your homework and clean your room, you're like, okay, daddy. They sent me home from work again for my old person disease. That's funny. You poor beast. You poor, poor beast of a man. Well, I am just getting the finishing touches on this. So one day work week. That's why you show up and they're like, no, you get out of here. We don't want your kind. So just coming in with some ultramarine blue, cleaning up a couple of lines in an effort to make all our shit pop. What did you, Chris, what did you submit for? I'm curious. What kind of work did you submit for, buddy? What if I got that job? What if you submitted for something and I got it? Would you hate me? Would you hate? No, I haven't submitted for anything in... I haven't submitted any in years, dude. Like, legitimately. Like, I would like to. I don't know, it just feels like such a flooded market, you know what I mean? It's like everybody and their mother is a voice actor. So right now we're just blocking in a little bit of the light sources, pronouncing our shadows a little bit better. Some really kind of feather light touches from the oil paint. And we're pretending that our light source is behind and to the right-hand side, or to the right-hand side. I mean, I could have pushed through the day. The pain is tolerable, but even my higher-up bosses are like, dude, that sucks. Take the day if you need it. And since I'm salaried, I get paid regardless of if I'm there or not, so free day off. It's not bad, man. I mean, I don't know how, like, salaried worked. I've always either been employed by myself, which means it's just flow-through money. Like, I bill, I collect. I could take a salary, but I always thought that was kind of like an accounting nightmare. Or I've been an hourly employee, so I never had the salary thing to worry about. Never, never, never. I'm sorry that you're still hurting. I mean, you say pain is tolerable. Like, it still sucks, dude. Like, it still sucks. Like, right now, I'm sore from working out. It sucks. It's not great. It's not my favorite thing ever. Like my legs are sore, my back is a little bit sore, my upper back is sore, not my lower back, which is kind of funny. So yeah, salary for military. I know exactly how much I get paid in the 1st and 15th every month. Yeah, you know it. You got it. You got it. Now, for some reason, this has you. I don't know why it's doing this returning chatter thing. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. Let's see, highlights. Chat highlights. I mean, I don't think we need that. Or maybe we just minimize it? Yeah, I don't think we need that. I want the first time chatters to be yes. The raiders to be yes. Suspicious users, that's fine. A mention is fine. Moderator chat, that's okay. VIP and subscriber, we're going to minimize those. We'll do the VIP and we'll do the subscriber to make sure that I see all of our subs that come through, and then make sure that our mods always, and then we can do the mentions too. That's fine. And then we want the raiders. First time chat. Return. Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. Let's try that. Talus, say something for me. Chat something at me. I don't know. I'm hoping to get a game of this in sometime in the near future. I have some folks that have either limited experience with this type of game or have never played this type of game. Something for me. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Much better. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you saying something. If you see something, say something. Talis, how's Callie doing today? Hope she's doing well. Is she at work right now? I bet she is. How long have you guys been in Arizona? I thought that you guys were in... The last time that I talked to you, I feel like you guys were in Seattle, but then y'all moved. And now I'm like, where y'all been? What y'all doing? I think we're just about done with most of this stuff. We're going to do all of their windshields here in a minute. And that's going to be interesting because I've never done a yellow windshield. But yellow is a good color for... as an antagonist, or not an antagonist, but a complementary color to blue. It's a good one. There we go. Do a little bit up here. I want to get some of that blue back down. Let's see. She's sad. She was trying a mason jar ramen and it exploded. Oh no. We've been in AZ since 2019. Wow. We were in Seattle from 16 to 19 due to my recruiting job for the military. Thank heavens that's over. Just Seattle in general? I mean, or the job. I'm sorry about the ramen thing, that sucks. I started eating Vita Ramen, which is a super heavy protein ramen. It's like 20 grams of protein per brick. It's like 400 calories. I don't know. I know that you said you were on... I hate recruiting for the military. Love Seattle. Yeah, I love Seattle too. I miss it. I miss the shit out of it. You remember my friend, my partner Russ, my bro, my partner in crime. He had been living. He's still living there to this day, but he moved there in like I want to say like 2016, 2015, 2016, and it's like he's been there like 8 years, and it sucks. Nothing quite like 30-plus-year-old man having his career on the line trying to convince 17 and 18-year-old kids to sign up. That's hard, man. Like, oh man, it's like I got to provide for me and mine, and the way that I do that is by trying to sign up kids to give away their rights, potentially have to go fight and die for their country. And it's like you want them to be making these decisions based on full moral agency, but they're 17 and 18 years old, and I don't think we have a society that pushes moral agency on teenagers. I don't. I think that we still in a lot of ways coddle people well into their 20s, right? Like, and I don't know, I'm not making a judgment on that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just know that we expect moral agency, and yet we don't do enough to encourage good moral agency from a young age, I don't think. I could be wrong. I could be and have been wrong in the past. I could be and will be wrong in the future. And you know it! Let's see, I want to blend this in a little bit more. Have some more blue down here. Like this. There we go. There we go. I think I'm a little happier with that. It's like you want your shadows to be kind of subtle. You want your lighting effects to be kind of subtle, but you also want them to, like, be there, right? You want them to be visible. Oh, shit, sorry. Speaking of being visible, hard to be visible when Will's not holding the model up to, There, what do you think? What do you think? How's our archer looking? I think he looks pretty good. I think he looks pretty friggin' good, guys. Let's check our locust. Do we want to do anything else with our locust? Sorry, little nosy itch. Little nosy wosy itch. We're going to do a little bit of highlighting here, I think. And just a little bit right here. Yeah, get that gray popping a little bit more. It's okay to mix in a little bit of that blue with that gray. Oh, we're off screen again. Come on, William. Mason jar ramen. Yeah, so I use the Vita ramen. It's a little expensive, and you have to like send away for it. But as far as a protein source goes, and you know I'm all about protein sources. What with trying to build all the muscle. It's been great. It's I use it basically in place of spaghetti on almost everything. That's what you want. That's the highlight you wanted. Isn't it, William? Yes, it is, William. Let's see if we can get that edge right there. Yes, we can. That's nice. That's nice. Look at that. Much better. Gotta get those edges. Gotta hit all the edges, fellas. And ladies. If there are any ladies in the audience. I don't know if there's any ladies in the audience. Ladies, if you're in the audience, make yourselves known. If you're a painting fiend. If you're an addict looking for a little help in recovery. And you're a lady, you're in the right spot. If you're a geek and you're a lady, you're in the right spot. Hopefully you're in the right spot. I think you are. There's worse places to be than right here, right now. Hanging out with William and a bunch of dudes. Bunch of fucking dudes. Alrighty, I think that we are done with our principal highlighting and shading. Very excited about that. Next, we're going to do our view reports. We're going to do our view reports. This is going to be delicate work, my friend. So we're busting out the white spirit. White spirit is our solvent for all things oil paint. This will get 99.9% of all of that old oil paint off. We're going to use a fine detail brush and we're going to use a fine scubbling brush. So here's our fine detail brush. Here's my thumb for visual reference right behind it. Really, really small brush. Super, super teeny brush. For our scubbling brush for this, we're going to use a very small brush for that. We're going to use a very, very, very tiny scubbling brush. And we're going to do a brown to yellow with a white highlight dot. So brown to yellow, white highlight dot. And that's going to give us our view screen, which I'm excited about. Very excited. Very excited, you guys. So how did it explode? Like all over the kitchen? I'm so curious about a so-called mason jar ramen. That sounds intriguing. That sounds fascinating to me. All right, so we've got our. I'm gonna scooch the camera just a little bit. We have our palette over here. Very simple palette, right? We've got our brown and our yellow right there. We're gonna mix the brown with a little bit of blue to darken it. It's also gonna bring out a little bit of a green tone to it, which is gonna be nice. And then we're gonna start filling in all the spaces here. So very first thing we do is we're gonna take some brown. We're gonna add just a little bit of that ultramarine blue. It's gonna darken it up and desaturate that color. So in order to show you what I mean by that, I'll throw on a glove real quick, and then I'll paint the glove and I'll show you the difference in color. Desaturating our blue. I think my dog just farted. Yeah, he did. He farted behind me. It smells real bad in here right now, you guys. You do not want to be here. You don't want it. You don't want this action. All right, so show you our original brown. So that's our original brown right there. Kind of a reddish, light mid-tone brown. Here is our desaturated brown. See the difference? Looks a little subtle on my thumbnail here. That's the difference. So original / reddish, a little bit of blue added. That's going to bring our saturation down a little bit. And that's what we want. And this is going to go into all the spaces that a viewfinder would be. Just like that. Darkens that up nicely with just a nice desaturated brown. Just like that. And we're going to do that with all of our view screens. All of our, sorry, our windshields, I guess, would be more appropriate to call. Just all the way in there. Oh, yeah. Get creamy for me. We'll come back with our... Let's see. Need to clean off some of this paint from right here. There we go. Just clean that right off. And we'll come back with our highlight color afterwards to get rid of any missed brush strokes. We don't actually have to do this for the Hunchback, which is kind of cool. And then this Phoenix Hawk is the one that I'm most concerned about because his viewey is small and round. I think a little bit more difficult to paint accurately. But we're still doing it. We're still doing it. We're okay. We're living our best life. We're living our best life, you guys. There we go. All done. So that's that. Next, we're going to clean off our brush and our little tiny bit of white spear. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We're just going to do it here on the paper towel. And, like, that's the great thing about oils is just cleaning it off on the paper towel usually does the trick. And then we're going to take some of our white, or some of our yellow, excuse me. Just going to get that loaded on the brush. And we're going to... Oh, got a little flyaway there. There we go. We're just going to, up in the corner, start blending that in. Just like that. Just like that. We're going to clean our brush off, apply a little more yellow, and then just keep blending into the corner. So we want that illusion that up in that upper left-hand corner is where the sun is shining. That's what we want. We're just going to make that progressively lighter and lighter. Like that. That's what we're doing. And we're going to do that on all three of the view screens. Or windshields, or whatever you want to call them. Yep. Just like that. And we're going to do it over here. Just like that. And then we're going to take just a little hint of white. We're going to introduce that white in the very, very corner, very apex of each spot. It's just gonna blend right on me. There we go. And then just in the corner, one spot of white, just like that. There we go. And that's our locust, everybody. I am pretty friggin' pleased with how that's looking. Pretty pleased. We're gonna do the same thing over here with our Phoenix Hawk, with our yellows. It's like trying to do an eyeball. It's harder than you think. But it's worth it when you get it done. And then just a little bit of white. Just up in a corner. Just like that. Kind of works. We need to reinforce the red in the area, I think, which we can do right now. We can just get that done. That's an easy one. We'll just reinforce our reds. Get the contrasting colors going. There we go. Here's our red. I think that's okay. I'm not quite as happy with how not quite as happy with how the red turned out on this guy. Also think that I probably need to come back in with the see, I want to take a look real quick at him. See if we can get a scubbling brush in here. Yeah, we'll use this as our scubbling brush. Sorry, this is not as interesting or entertaining. There we go. Okay, I think I've got it. Just had to blend it in a little bit. Problem with these tiny details in oils is you still gotta blend them in. And I think I'm pretty happy with that for the most part. We gotta transition from the dark in the lower recesses to the light in the upper recesses. Might do a little bit more work with the brown in the lower recesses here. Yeah, that's better. That's actually working pretty nicely. Yeah, okay. Pretty pleased with that. Alright, so now we need to come in with a little bit of white and do our edge highlight again. Just like that. There we go. Oh, it is happening, everybody. Happening the way you want it to. Just trying to edge highlight these little tiny friggin' details. It's hard. It's hard to do that sometimes. There we go. There we go. All right. I think I'm happy with the Phoenix Hawk, you guys. Happy with the Phoenix Hawk. I think, maybe. Let's see. Ooh, one of my cats is going off. Kitty, you going off? You gonna be a kitty? Yeah, I hear you in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat in the background. Maybe you can't. Let's do... Can you see it? You can't. Ooh, a little flute. Listen to that sexy flautist. Digging the music today, you guys. I don't mind it at all. The music is good. Pretty happy with it. I don't think we've hit diminishing returns on this model yet. Not yet. Maybe soon, though. Yeah, I didn't like that one. That was not... That's not a good line. I'm not happy about that. Let's go ahead. There we go. See, just blended it away. Just gone. All right, I think we're done with that. Holy Jeebus. Jeebus. One more Viewy port to go, and that is our mighty, mighty Archer. So, same thing. Start with the yellow up in the corner. And just blend it in as we drag it from upper left to lower right. And just keep going with progressively thicker layers of paint. Start mixing in our white to lighten our tone. Just like that. And then we'll do one super verging on white layer up in the corner. That. And then we'll do just a dot of white and blend that in just a little tiny bit. Right there. There it is. And that's our Viewy in the corner. Bring the brown back in a little bit. Just right there. There we go. Here we go. Pretty good. Pretty freaking good, you guys. I'm happy with that. I am generally very, very happy with that. We're going to do one more little white edge highlight around my little Viewy screen there. Just right here. And right here. And right here. And then we're going to come back in with our blue, a little bit of blue. Do we have another fine detail? I don't. Okay, so we'll have to do it with this. No big deal. It's all workable. That's too much paint on the brush. Just trying to reinforce that blue a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right, cheers. Fantastic. Man, I love oil paints. I absolutely love oil paints. I think that they are just an absolutely fantastic way to get paint on a model. For anybody that's interested, you can check the VOD out on our YouTube channel. You can also check old episodes of the podcast out on the channel too. You can do both of those things. Hell, you can do both those things at the same time. We're going to drop our glove off. We're done with our painting for today, guys. We are done with our painting, and it is about noon, which is kind of where I wanted to wrap up for today anyways. It was just supposed to be a couple of hours, me on stream, getting this stuff painted, telling my wife, hey, guess what? I made content. I made the content. If anybody has anything else that they'd like to chat about or bring up, please let me know. Any ideas that you have for the show in the future, please, in the Discord, there's a spot for ideas for the stream. Let me know if you've got something that you'd like to have me cover or chat about. Anything at all that's mental health, gaming, or sobriety related, I'd be more than happy to take a look at. Although, sometimes it does happen that on YouTube they will copyright strike some of the stuff that we try to take a look at. But for the most part, happy to do it. I'll be back tomorrow night with our regularly scheduled Friday night hunt in the bayou with any community member that's got a copy of Hunt Showdown that wants to show up and be a part of that. You're more than welcome to. We'd love to have you. I'll have the video version of this week's podcast out on the YouTube channel later today, probably after I get some lunch in. So we'll have that done later today. You can check that out over at youtube.com's Save versus Poison podcast over there. For everybody that's stuck it out and has been hanging out, I can't thank you enough. Seriously, like the midday stream, honestly, can I tell you something? The midday stream today, we had more viewers for the midday stream today than we did for last night's regularly scheduled stream doing painting stuff. So that was actually kind of heartwarming. Don't forget to give a like, a follow, a sub on whatever platform you're watching. If you have a chance to go over to YouTube and give likes to stuff, that would be freaking beautiful. Have the best day ever, Will. I'm gonna try, brother. Have a wonderful day being a new dad. Seriously, cuddle that baby. Give it lots of kisses. Give her lots of kisses. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. As always, I wish you nothing but the best and a whole heaping of warm, creamy regards. You guys all take care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.